Alright, welcome to KONA, and this is going to be a blind playthrough detective game. I don't know, but guess what? You know what time it is? It's playtime. So, I heard there's a lot of monologue in this, so there's going to be very little commentary, so hope you enjoy, and let's get it. As you could see, there's no, I haven't played it before. Let's get it. You know how this channel rolls? I like to jump in and just play. What's up? What is an old game? And these graphics
Carl
look good.
Faubert sought information for a living. That is to say that ever since he returned from Korea, after having served with the armed forces, he had been working as a private investigator in Montreal. William Hamilton, a rich industrialist, had gotten in touch with him regarding a simple vandalism issue. Nothing to write home about. Not worth hiring a private eye either, just so he can drive for hours on rough roads. But that's how it had always been. The client pays, Carl gets it done.
Oh, okay, driving this now. Right. Turn the radio off.
They had set up to meet at the general store, his client's business. Well, actually, the entire village had William Hamilton's name written all over it.
Right.
When the roads were bad, muddy, or snowed in, it was customary around these parts to close them off. But it was also customary to ignore those signs entirely and drive there anyway.
Okay, Manistan. Your fair bundle of beer. It will be good. Okay. Okay, that's the map. Auto save at the corner. 70's phone.
Hamilton never mentioned a road-blocking barrier. Why was it needed here in the back of Beyond? That would, however, be a mystery for another day. Carl had waited long enough for someone to come and raise it. Carl was meeting his client in a store near this area. He was on the right track. Still not a soul in sight. There was no point in waiting any longer. Carl had to figure this one out by himself.
Hey, I thought this was a tech game. What's going on? Okie dokie. Well, we got the, whatever that is. Can't think right now. We got this. Break the line.
The cutters made quick work of the chain. What better way to investigate vandals than to get into their shoes, Carl, the professional vandal thought, reveling in the irony of the situation. Hamilton is waiting for Carl in the general store. It was time for him to get down to business. William Hamilton enjoyed a lavish country house built in the very heart of the northern forests, not too far from here.
Is the narrator talking about you as Carl?
The local populace was divided when it came to the affluent man. Some saw a wealthy philanthropist dedicated to improving the region's economy. Others an aging Englishman who would do anything to further his fortunes. And those ones hated him enough to go on about scheming against him. Hamilton had recently acquired a few local businesses, but the last straw was the reopening of a mine, which gave rise to a wave of protests and threats from the Cree people.
Here, hold up. Normally I'll just jump in, but it said detective game, so I was like, okay, that sounds
Given
interesting.
these circumstances, Carl reckoned that a good number of people must be feeling compelled to oppose Hamilton in one way or another. So far, only the industrialist's house had been a target, but soon enough, Carl thought, the target would become the man himself.
Let's see.
Carl needed to get out of there. The cold and the pain required urgent care. Carl wondered how long he would have to endure this skin-stinging cold.
I don't know, maybe doesn't really tell you anything. I like that. Turn that on.
Even better than he had hoped. Carl Faubert had succeeded once more, and was now on his way to new adventures.
There we go. Okay. Yep. Top left corner, fire, and your focus. It looks like fire focus is up. I guess you got to stop in these little places and warm up. I'm assuming. like a warm place to come. Alright, cool. There's other stuff out here. You might as well. I don't know if you have to backtrack or not. Nothing's up here. Can I fix my vehicle? See the foot tracks in the snow. Easy hills, one body up. Push them lock. Tire starter. Forward thumb matches. Oh wait, so it says you've got attachment stuff. Hopefully, nope, it's not letting me go that way. Matches. I don't have anything. Anyway. Go back down here. Yes. Gotta be. Myself up, look for maybe some food or something. Medicine right there. I mean, it looks like it, but obviously I can't pick it up. It's like a first aid kit, but it's not. Who knows? As long as I'm in here, I'm not gonna freeze to death. Now that I've actually mowed a yard with. Yes, I'm that old. Yeah, I didn't see any healing kits over. So I really don't know what to do. Gotta get it comfortable. Okay, there it is. That shows us, I think, right there on the map. Cabin. Yep, that's yellow. Okay, gotcha. Rest stop, cabin. Stop at the rest stop. Oh, yeah. Swimming. It's pretty fun to me. Gotta be something in There's nowhere else to go. Maybe I gotta like crouch down. L1 button, crouch is okay. L2, zoom. It kind of, I don't want to say it's like the dark game, survival game, but it's kind of like that, but more, maybe more, I don't know, maybe it is survival game. Oh, I have not been back here.
The driver had taken off. It was still best to check it out and leave nothing to chance. Carl needed help.
Let's go. Now please let's go. That time, please. Alright, now we're going to pick this car clean.
It was a small, locked box engraved with the letters W.H. Carl thought about taking it. Nothing was to be left to chance.
Well, Carl just took it. So that's a narrator, alright. So you're not speaking in third person, which would be really weird. You're like, hey, this guy's lost his marbles. Isabella. So William Hamilton left, and you're Carl. Okay. I'm just trying to figure this out. I've seen this before, but Plot B's on sale 1 and 2, so they have pretty high ratings, so here we are. It's deposit. Might need that, I guarantee you something, so. We already lit the fire in there, so. Y button, or sorry, triangle. Right. Now can I get back in the truck? Back in my truck. Yep. Nice. Alright, let's see. Roll. Haven't been over there. That was a nice little warm-up spot. Don't want to go too fast. Let's see. Stop. See. Pull the map out. Yeah, let's just take the road on up.
Now wasn't a good time to wander about. Hamilton was still out there.
So. Hamilton's the guy ahead of us, and I guess that's who Carl's after. Yeah, I thought he was like, you know, it was a character talking. That's kind of cool, narrating for the guy who's driving Carl. And Hamilton is the guy you're looking for. All right.
Spread out on a few acres of untouched forest, bellowing caribou, everlasting snow, and undefiled lakes. The Manistan region was no tourist hub. It was said to have been populated for millennia by Cree people, and ever since the industrial era, by the metal mining industry.
It is. I don't know what country this is. I don't know if the Cree is real people. Alright, 1556. I mean, it's kind of open world a little bit. Let's see what's over here. I mean, what's going on, right? That's somebody's house. Boy's house. Okay, this is This is neat.
Carl's military training had made him a very punctual man. Being late to his meeting with Hamilton was out of the question.
Oh, okay, so I can't go in there yet. Alright, well now we know where old Roy's house is. And this pops
Carl
up
was
very...
dying to stretch his legs, but he had to stay focused on the task at hand.
Alright, I'm fine there. Get back, I think. Get back the way we came. Watch it get back the way we came.
Now wasn't a good time to wander about. Hamilton was still out there.
That's Mr. Narrator, man. Unknown dude. It's like cool, you got little side stuff, but... Or do you?
Bedard had without a doubt been the closest man in the village to William Hamilton, otherwise known as Uncle Willie.
I kind of want to see what's over different places and stuff. You got whose house is it? Bedard's house. Get out here.
Carl was dying to stretch his legs, but he had to stay focused on the task at hand.
Right. Maybe you just go back to these places. I don't know. This is really different than anything I've played. It's kind of stand out. Like you doesn't really tell you where to go, or maybe it does, and I just don't know what I'm doing. Yeah.
The truck was running on fumes.
Oh, no.
Good thing that the general store was close by.
So,
now wasn't a good time to wander about. Hamilton was still out there.
Green bean man. I just said that because the green bean. Got a trophy rendezvous. That pops up on your screen enough. The general store. I'll guess that they guess it up.
The monks wouldn't surrender their divine nectar so easily. In all likelihood, they had to be switched on from inside the store.
What the hell? I ain't really got nothing I want to take out. I might take on the old engine locker, fire stuff up, and a lot, just in case you got one. We got
something fell to the bottom of the box.
Let's get it. Nice. Baby.
Maintaining his composure, Carl recalled something from his military training. Wolves always stay away from populated areas. Wait, was it about bears? Carl was used to strange phenomena, but a chunk of ice like this, as if an iceberg came out of the ground? That was a first.
Oh, that's awesome. An old Polaroid camera. That is weight. And stuff. What is that? Oh, what is that? It's supposed to be wolf tracks? Why is it glowing? Alright, that's photography.
Carl found a surprise at
Sorry, I just messed up the camera.
At every turn. Was the camera faulty, or was it a possible lead? Carl was no electrician, but he could identify a wiring problem when he saw one.
first we gotta find the key.
Carl wondered how long he would have to endure this skin-stinging cold.
I wonder if you keep talking, you're not gonna be able to find it. Just a narrator, man. Okay. I'm sure you freeze it up. Yep. I'm glad I picked them locks up early. So this is... Oh, let it be known you're not
was in
more...
the air. Seems like some villagers barely tolerated each other.
Okay. It says Hamilton. Let it be known you're nothing more than a brigand, a robber, a garbage hoarder, a viper, a leech, a monster. You're holding knives at my throat. Too bad for me, but... This is him writing to Carl, which is a character you're playing with a narrator. Pretty cool. But I don't understand that language. That's okay. Where's the key at? Where's the key? Trying to freeze. Yes, it's set. Unlock this. Oh, I can. Oh my gosh.
Carl had no trouble recognizing his employer. He had been killed. There was no need to be a detective to figure that out. But only a detective could have noticed that the killer had to have been very close. That the fatal blow had been given before the victim even realized.
You follow the channel, yeah. I have a lot of backlog games, so yeah, I guess let's take a picture of the body. I would not say this is a horror game, but it's definitely, yeah. Now let's take a look at this journal. Oh, there we go, Cole Faubert, man, Montreal 42 private detective. So it is a detective name, okay, just making sure. And then William J. Hamilton is a male from Chicago, 55, and a businessman. So I thought he was your arch enemy. So why did you run into you? That's weird, okay. Carl Robert's story. I'm a private detective that pays the bills along with my veteran's pension for my time in Korea. Usually I'm hired to track unfaithful husbands. But divorces are expensive, so infidelities are scarce these days. William Hamilton hired me. He had a check and many promises, and I really wanted to leave Montreal. And Lake Halifax is the perfect place to get away. When you want to leave, you leave. Alright, so this is William J. Hamilton's story. Rich industrialist, much hated and much loved. Anything that isn't in the Manistan region he wants. Buying is his only power. Hamilton has complained time and time again of being persecuted. Sometimes they'll say it's the people of Lake Adamapat, sometimes the Cree people. Some would say he deserves it. When you exploit people, the least you could do is stay away from them. Well, you know we got, hey, brothers and sisters from Chicago, so I have to ask them about Lake, what's it called? Lake Adamapat? That's pretty cool. Alright, I got some jump up there. Hey, there's some detective games out there, but they got a lot of profanity. If that's your thing, that's cool. We don't do profanity on here. A la queso. You know what I mean? Serious unbranded cans. What's that say? Chevy Atlantic. Okay, so he's from Chicago, so we're still in Canada. Now,
An explosion suddenly occurred outside.
I'm gonna have to figure this out. I watch it. That's a note. Turn on the pump. That's fine.
Carl knew that Gilles Lachance was in charge of the general store. That made him one of Hamilton's employees. A very angry employee, as Carl could plainly see.
You know what, Hamilton? I have a frog in my throat. And when people have a frog in their throat, they do not take risks by going to work. Customers catch it, right? I'm a wise man. Not to worry, I'll have a nice doctor's note, which I'm going to have to get right now. Suddenly, in the meantime, we'll have to close down the shop, unless you would like to come fill in for me. I wouldn't have dared advise you after all. You must know how it's done since it's yours now. So if you give this to Hamilton, I regard your dedicated manager, Gilles. Wait a minute. No, I don't want that out. I want to finish that note. Hold on. Trying to scroll down. No, dude. Oh, I scroll down, or is that all of it? Is that all of it? Oh, Giles, I'm going to tell you there, brother. So we got in here, we're not to find a key. Oh, isn't there some kind of equipment? Yeah, like a flashlight. Yeah, that works. There we go, we got doors and stuff. Got some tape, matches. Light another cigarette, I ain't lit yet.
According to that log, it seemed like the whole village owed some money to the general store. Carl was far more interested in the bunch of nearby addresses he had just gotten his hands on, though.
Nice. These are custom credits. Okay, maybe this will come in later. Bedard. Didn't we go to Bedard's house? Yes, we did. Alright. Maybe, and this has addresses and stuff, so maybe that'll come up later. Come up now. No, I'm there. There's the key. Alright, we got the garage key. So, that would not be the key here. That not be a key to get me. Alright, that's like grain instead. Got a little supermarket sim. Don't mind me, I'm just a detective, and I'm just gonna leave your body here. I'll call 911 after the got me in
What
on
could
what
be inside that envelope? Carl was taken aback. He knew this address. It was said to be the address of the P.O. box for the Canadian Secret Service.
Ottawa, Ontario. Okay, never mind. We're in Ontario. We're in Canada. So now I don't know anybody that's from Canada, but hey.
A radiator without power is as good as a wood stove without logs.
Right? This place is a mess. Okay, that's interesting. Well, yeah, it is a mess. I think he froze to death in here. Not need to drink maple syrup. Okay. Mysterious unbranded cans. Told y'all what time it is. Playtime.
Amateur hunters showing some pride at having killed a nice pelted beast. With men like this roaming the area, wolves would become extinct within 10 years, Carl thought.
As I'm freezing to death, let's go.
A nice picture of the Magasin Lachance store, seemingly taken the day it was first opened. It feels frozen in time, from an era long forgotten.
Shepo Legend Links. How you doing, man?
Jumping from that height was akin to tempting death. Perhaps that man on the snowmobile had seen enough of this world already.
Just living. Not too bad. Not too bad. Just take it day by day, man. Stuff is for the locals. Open the cash register. Punch the price, 2 numbers minimum. Press sale. Turn the crank 2 times. Punch the machine if it doesn't work. Punch the price. Sale. Crank 2 times and punch the machine. Okey-doke. Sounds good to me. Secretary wouldn't be luxury in here. Yeah, happy Father's Day to you, man. And anybody watching, thank you guys. Basically, a Father's Day present to be able to play on the TV and the PS5 again. I've been playing on the Xbox very, very little. But got to where I can lay on a couch here and things are getting better. Electricity turned off. Love you too, bro. Love you too.
The note explained that the garage and the store couldn't be supplied with electricity at the same time.
I'll call you sometime, man, or, so we can talk. It's been a while. Broken clock, how convenient. No, we ain't got no power. Let's climb up here. What we got on top? Is it a hidden key? Oh, that's... maybe this sermon's like he's starting to freeze it up. In the dark is recommending to use a flashlight. I'm trying to. Y'all don't see me trying to. Oh, there's a record player now. I didn't see that before. That's weird. Oh, yeah. Can't do it. No. Let's try to open the cash register. No, I don't know. Two, and crank it down. There. Boom, baby. Boom. Just said 2 times, so that was pretty, wow. Nice stinking puzzles. Alright, so we got 2 keys and we're rolling. Hold on just a sec, I'll get me a sip of tea. Hold on. No commentary. I just wanted to add that, and yes, happy Father's Day to a lot of people out there. Welcome. Thank you guys for watching. This is KONA. That's why I put Detective Game, PS5, Playtime. You know what time it is.
crowbar was stuck under the lift. Notwithstanding Carl's imposing stature, car lifting wasn't part of his skill set yet. Staring intently at the controls won't be enough to make that lift budge. The poor thing was out of power. The murder weapon. What was that doing there, Carl wondered. Hamilton must have been determined to keep some information secret to post this key. Shame he got unlucky. Everything made sense now. Poor Hamilton's denunciation was interrupted, and he figured it would be best to lock everything up and send the key to his correspondent, who would receive the box later on. Clever, but not enough. That's what happens to ordinary people playing spy.
part of the cities.
The milkman had to drive by every week to fill the bottles. The fresh milk indicated a recent visit. Staring intently at the controls won't be enough to make that lift budge. The poor thing was out of power. The snowstorm pummeled everything in its path. Carl was not surprised when he heard no tone. Staring intently at the controls won't be enough to make that lift budge. The poor thing was out of power. Staring intently at the controls won't be enough to make that lift budge. The poor thing was out of power. Carl was making progress, but the lift probably needed some more juice to work properly. The note explained that the garage and the store couldn't be supplied with electricity at the same time. At long last, the crowbar was within Carl's grasp. Surely it would come in handy at some point. The note explained that the garage and the store couldn't be supplied with electricity at the same time. Carl felt a chill down his spine and had a terrifying realization. If Hamilton was dead, then who was going to pay him? The punks wouldn't surrender their divine nectar so easily. In all likelihood, they had to be switched on from inside the store.
Alright, welcome guys. Thank you for watching a blind playthrough of a game called KONA. It was recommended, so I'm jumping in. Hope you enjoy this one.
Carl knew straight away where to find the infuriated Gilles Lachance. Any good investigation would have to start there. Carl was beginning to know the store and its surroundings like the back of his hand. The Seeker had sought. track was fresh. That meant the car sunk down just a little while ago. Now where the hell could the passengers possibly have gone? Someone had been playing with a crossbow here. A very dangerous game. A bolt could hit someone's tire or their eye. It could even kill someone if the aim was right. The Polaroid, Carl's long-standing and faithful ally, had seen its share of husbands caught red-handed cheating. There's always something out there waiting to be snapped away. Someone must have dropped this in a hurry, but whoever did was heading into the woods. Carl's tracking it. Instincts were quickly kicking in. Carl felt engulfed by a wave of cold, and for a second thought he was fainting. All of a sudden, 4 phantasmagoric figures were fixing their gaze on him. What the hell was going on? The further Carl moved away from the ice block, the more his senses came back to him. Carl, ever diligent in his work, always carried his log on him, in which he scribbled down thoughts and leads alike during the course of his investigations. It was so cold. Already Carl did not feel his toes anymore. When finding a boot, one wonders what became of the foot. The key, which seemed to be meant for a padlock, bore an inscription reading Cloutier et Fils. A company name. Better keep an eye open. Businesses weren't exactly numerous around these parts. Well, looks like someone woke up on the wrong side of the bed. The spirograph amused Carl. It was a nice modern toy, aside from being repetitive by nature and completely useless. Still, it found its way into many Quebecois homes. Money in a jar. What a shame. Carl would have loved cookies. A pay stub for some undoubtedly harsh lumberjack work. Alexandre Blais felled trees and chopped woods for Cloutier et Fils.
Oh, wow. I can't believe they actually had these in here. Some from the Beatles. Okie dokie.
The sheets were in such a way that indicated a rude awakening, followed by a hurried escape. What had happened here?
Le monster. Gotta be the monster. Man. For the mechanical drawing. Yeah, those things are cool. Remember those Etch-a-Sketch?
The sheets were in such a way that indicated a rude awakening, followed by a hurried escape. What had happened here?
see if I can read that again. This right here. No, that's probably in the journal. It said Le Monster, so it's got to be the monster. And it showed like a tall black figure, buck joy. Only the tormented mind smoke in bed. So, who was leaving? The narrator's talking about this guy Carl picked up on that. Whoa. Hey, what's up, my man? Just got the old PS5 and waiting to hit the hay here, man. I'm glad you came on here. I appreciate that. We'll do some D2 definitely for sure. The next couple days. A happy Father's Day. If that means anything. Do you? You're the worst with Alexander. He hardly gets any sleep. I thought it was worse, but it seems to be far worse than that. From dusk till dawn, he stares into the void. He barely speaks to me. His son asked him to play ball, and he didn't say a word. In that way, he asked to glance at the window. Last night, I heard him mumbling in sleep. He's coming near. I don't know why, but those words left a deep impression on him. He woke up shortly. Sorry about that. I don't know why, but those words left a deep impression on me. He woke up shortly after, covered in sweat. He couldn't remember his dream, obviously. He didn't go back to sleep after that. Chain smoking the night away over the window. He told me to pack my things this morning. I wonder why. Does he himself know? We're waiting, but for what? I think I felt dread. So I let, no. Still learning the buttons here. Yeah, for Celeste.
The sheets were in such a way that indicated a rude awakening, followed by a hurried escape. What had happened here? A window left open in that weather? Perhaps something had to be watched. money in a jar. What a shame. Carl would have loved cookies. The picture had been taken inside the house. It was the same wallpaper. Judging by the smiles, nobody suspected the impending misfortunes. Little Martin Blais with a family member. There was some resemblance between them, and Carl took note of the sense of bonding and pride they projected.
Some little story time going on here. Over the last few days, a lack of resources forced the death investigation of Pier Blast to come to a halt. The autopsy of the body conducted over the last few weeks didn't reveal any clue that could have helped the investigators, who refused to comment on what would happen next. This new development is happening in the context of the hypothesis of an accident, which is still in spite of skepticism expressed by the local population. The ongoing official cause of death provided by the authorities. The incident is said to have occurred in the forest surrounding Lake Adamapet. So scroll down. I don't see every time here. I'm not gonna go. More stories. Oh, there it is. Pure Blast was found lifeless 2 weeks ago near a footpath leading to the soon-to-be restarted copper mine. Blast, an engineer by training, who was working on the consortium headed by William Hamilton, was reportedly in charge of the development. Plans surrounding the reopening of the mine. At first, police disclosed the body had been desecrated. Today, the official version is that it was partly devoured by beasts, hence the original assumption that a crime had been committed. Alright, enjoy the story here, we're going to keep going.
The spirograph amused Carl. It was a nice modern toy, aside from being repetitive by nature and completely useless. Still, it found its way into many Quebecois homes.
more stories. Notes from Martin Blythe. Sweet Marie, please excuse my handwriting. I am in a hurry. I have to leave for Afghanistan. Big Mom, Mrs. Roy. As they say, it's far too dangerous around these days. I don't know much about what's going on because Mom won't tell me anything in an attempt to reassure me. But all I know is she had the exact same expression on her face as when I started. Dad and Mr. Roy aren't coming because they have gone to give Mr. a chance. He's a real hero. My grandmother lives in a very big house in North Madison. You would be welcome there. I must go now. Quite literally, your friend Martin. So, down on the deep end, that always put on my finger.
Little Martin Blais with his Uncle Pierre. There was a deep sense of bonding and pride coming out of the picture. Carl felt sorry for the man. No one deserved such a cruel fate.
Here in a minute, this is where the game really starts opening up. You can see there's beds, maybe you can sleep in them. But speaking of beds, I am going to have to end the stream here. Give me just a moment to do that. We're going to walk around and do that for a little bit more. So we're entering the vehicle, and I don't know. Then the shack, funeral store, there's Bedard's or Roy's. I think we got to go to all these different places. So pretty cool game so far. Okay, let's go and we'll end the stream here momentarily.
A wintry atmosphere surrounded the house. The soundlessness of the area suggested it was empty. Carl's big fingers prevented him from reaching the key. There should be a law forbidding doctors from falling sick.
Medical emergency in town. The doctor there is sick. I'll be back soon. If he dies, I won't be returning. I'll have to replace him. You guys, I'm going to do and find out one little thing.
In spite of Dr. Beaupre's goodwill, the place didn't look much like a physician's office. It could easily be mistaken for a sewing shop. Carl got the trembles as he imagined the excruciating pain that kind of scalpel could no doubt inflict. Within these miserable walls, patients probably felt more like in a slaughterhouse than in a doctor's office. For the one-eyed, or for other vision problems, the eye patch was the way to go. The good doctor, flanked by his beautiful spouse. Pure happiness, captured on cardstock. Carl recognized this woman's soulful eyes. Was it Dr. Beaupre who had hit him head-on at the village border?
I never did quite catch her name. The men called her Laura. She had a neck wound. There was so much blood. The bullet had done a lot of damage. Probably hit Miss Sorrell. Can't talk to her. It was hopefully she had a cardiac arrest. The men had found her like this, they said. I doubt it. But in a small town like this, she was best determined why not. I've been told to step back from sending out the death certificate. This whole thing sickens me. Alright, saving. I'm gonna unfortunately end the stream here because I'm getting so we got no.
A Communist
After
Manifesto.
this and
Only a few years ago, this type of allegiance meant prison time. And even at present, the Western world was very wary of the Soviet threat. Why would the doctor own such a book? Nobody kills a rich patient to start a revolution. It didn't make any sense. He had to dig deeper still to understand. Luckily, that was Carl Faubert's specialty.
Yeah, I'm getting kind of tired, but what we'll do is read this last one to you, and then history of all hitherto existing society is the history of class struggles. Freeman and slave, patrician and plebeian, lord and serf, guildmaster and journeyman at work, oppressor and oppressed, stood in constant opposition to one another, carried on an uninterrupted, now hidden, now open fight that each time ended either in the revolutionary reconstitution of society at large or the common ruin of the contending classes. In the earlier epochs of history, we find almost everywhere a complicated arrangement of society into various orders and manifold gradation of social rank. In ancient Rome, we have patricians, knights, plebeians, slaves. In the Middle Ages, feudal lords, vassals, guildmasters, journeymen, apprentices, serfs, and almost all these classes again, subordinate gradations. All right. Next save I get, we're going to have to shut her down. Not because I want to, I kind of got sucked into this game a little longer than I thought I was going to be. Health kit if we need it. Place for constant. Earth doesn't look as big from here. That was probably fascinated by history. So. Alright, next note to get, you guys are going to have to read it, and then I'm shutting it down. Because, yeah, well, if you go to my channel on YouTube, I've put a link on TikTok and twitch.tv.com with my YouTube channel, Thorns and Nails. Write me a message on PS5, it's Mr. Bubbles, all lowercase letters. Next save you see on the top right hand corner.
For the one-eyed, or for other vision problems, the eye patch was the way to go. A chamber pot. Fortunately for Carl, inspecting it wouldn't further this particular investigation. Dr. Beaupre had done his medical studies quite far from here. He was surely one of the first students out of the new campus to settle on the mountainside. Someone had lost a few liters of blood here. Carl's first thought had been a lumber accident, someone's hand cut by a saw, or a hunting accident. In any case, whoever had lost all this blood couldn't have gone far. Perhaps they were already dead. Great care had to be taken searching this place full of oddities. Everything was important. The decor itself told a story.
mon bonhomme? Qu'est-ce que tu fais là, l'étrange? Je m'attendais pas à ce qu'un étrange retentisse par ici. Moi te dire, je prends plus de chance depuis que ça rôde dans ce bout-là. J'ai ma carabine au bout du doigt, et puis bang, 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 si ça s'approche. Si tu veux du linge chaud, parce que t'es habillé comme un gars de la ville, je dirais pas non à une bonne bouteille de caribou. Puis tu pigeras ce que tu voudras parmi mes guenilles. Vois-tu le livre, là? C'est le Wendigo. Ouais, le Wendigo. Un guerrier qui devient un loup pour se venger de sa grosse peine. Et...
Tales and Legends, page 1. There's a time when hate waged war. Sorry, I'm exhausted. Our hunters could decimate the great wolves who had taken our children. Our warriors could snap the necks of the cowards who had reached for our supplies. The deafening sound of rock and bone breaking was enough to saturate hate in rivers of blood.
Tu sens des pieds.
Would express her remorse and apologies. Thus was balance maintained and came the whites. The legend of the Wendigo dates back to a time before what anyone but the tallest trees can remember. A time of great cold and great aspirations, when the ships came and spewed man and their fire cannons, plagues and spinelessness. Balance broke forever. The dead were piling up on their ancestral lands. Too many bodies covered in moss. Too much blood spilled on their stone. Her bone-breaking hate did not suffice any longer. The next save, I keep saying this, but I got
so. Moi la belle rose de la tulipe, qui se donne au yab sur le mercredi des cendres. C'est-tu pas effrayant?
Ash Wednesday. She sold her soul to the devil. Hey buddy, you barking up the wrong tree with me there.
Hé, la Corriveau, Batèche, ça te passe l'envie de te marier, la Corriveau. Elle tuait tous ses maris, squick, les uns après les autres. Pas de pitié dans le mariage.
I want to put it down, but I need sleep.
Touche pas à ça, l'enfant, tu pourrais te faire mal. Ben oui, une couche. Tu peux-tu tout faire en même temps, toi?
C'est adult diapers in this anyway?
Hé, la Corriveau, Batèche, ça te passe l'envie de te marier, la Corriveau. Elle tuait tous ses maris, squick, les uns après les autres. Pas de pitié dans le mariage.
Alright. Awesome. I gotta give it 10 out of 10 stars, and I'm going to go ahead and end the stream right now. And it's going to be, this is KONA, blind playthrough, not blind playthrough, blind playtime until I'm getting tired, part 1. There's definitely going to be a KONA Playtime part 2. Remember, this is on PS5, I guess on Xbox as well, but we're playing it on PS5. You guys have a good night and enjoy Father's Day weekend, I guess. Alright, thank you and enjoy. Can't wait to see you guys again. Good night.